Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 Wii Ware review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Icarian Kindred Spirits, which if you've never played it before, it's basically a platformer similar to Lost Winds, only it's good. Anyway, sorry about going off topic there and talking about Lost Winds, but hey, it's no secret that I hate the game, and in all honesty, after viewing footage of this, I thought it was going to be more of the same. This, however, though, I personally think is really good, and it's got a good co-op. At the start, you just simply have, you can choose one of the three files, you can then, go onto that file, you can choose one player or two player. The co-op works like it did in Super Mario Galaxy, only I actually think it works this time. I didn't think it worked in Mario Galaxy, mainly because, to be fair, in Mario Galaxy the game was so damned easy, why the hell would you honestly need help beating it? But with this, you really do have to work together, and some of the puzzles on it, I honestly don't think they'd be doable on one player, not without a hell of a lot of time and frustration. So you've got that there for the fact that if people really want a really hard game, just play it by yourself. Of course, you've also got it there if you want co-op, then it's a pretty cool way to do co-op. Because basically, one of you goes around as this, I think it's Nyx, I don't know how to pronounce it, something like NYK, so Nyx, something like that, right? Nike, yeah, just do it. So you're playing as her, you're running around, you're flying, you can glide, you've got your health meter in the top left, you've also got the feather meter, which is basically how many times you can, bounce off of things and stuff like that, not bounce off there, flap your wings and stuff to get up. And then player 2 has the pointer controls. In one player, you do them both together, so that's basically what the difference is. In two player though, player 2's got all this here, he's got the pointer, he can do things, so I can lift things up, I can stop things from falling, I can activate switches, so I can, as you can see, get these fireballs. I can grab onto the fireballs, to be fair, as well if I want to, and smash into things. You can collect health along the way, just in case you're wondering what that little floating thing is, because to be fair, on the camera it's probably a little hard to work out what it is. Well, you can get the health in that. You also have to find relics. There's 20 relics in the game. I'm not going to tell you what happens when you get them all, because I don't want to spoil it. The whole point is, though, as I say, you've got to basically go through the maze and get to the end of a level. Every now and then you'll fight a boss, which is basically the Hydra, but you've also got other such things, such as, like you saw those little, I can't remember what they're called now, but those little black flying type things, and you have to protect from them. At the start of the game, you pretty much, well, to be fair, you have absolutely no powers at the start of the game, so player 2 is literally going to be sitting there bored off his, I can't swear, so just very bored. But basically, after you get your first power, which is telekinesis, then player 2's actually got some stuff to do. He can move blocks around, push blocks around, he can stop things from falling, he can grab onto the fireballs, which you saw. Of course, she as well, if you're playing the game with a female. And you can get other powers as well. You can get the power of wind, which is pretty cool. You can also get the power of the sun, which, to be fair, actually looks a hell of a lot more like it's the power of lightning, because it allows you to zap the enemies by just firing. So that's pretty useful, and it's definitely more useful than grabbing onto the fireballs and killing them that way. However, I personally think grabbing onto the fireballs is more fun, because it also requires more skill, because if you crash into walls and things with a fireball, that's it, fireball wasted. Musically, it's all basically very ancient and stuff, and it's all that type of music that you'd expect to hear. So to be fair, I'm going to shut up now, show off the Hydra, because I did mention the Hydra's in the game, and let you listen to a bit of the music. Right, so that was a bit of the music then. There is one thing possibly worth saying about this game. If you could actually see the uncut footage of this, then you'd hear me and my brother fighting like mad over it. It's the type of game where you really are going to have to work together and literally get into each other's mind frame to get out the way, because you're going to be able to, as player 2, hit player 1 with fireballs, crush them with blocks, do this, that and the other, and it's the type of thing that you really are going to have to just basically get on the same wavelength, otherwise you will end up killing each other. It's just one of those things giving you a heads up where it is a proper co-op game. You have to be able to work together. If you can't work together, then you're probably, well, wasting 1,000 points unless you enjoy the game on your single player. There are story sections, as you can see here, and the one at the start you can actually skip. This one doesn't appear to be any way to skip it, unfortunately, so it's one of them awkward games where some are skippable, some aren't. So it's the type of thing that, I don't know, maybe change the channel over if you're not interested in the story. As I was mentioning earlier, there are relics on the game, and basically this is the type of thing you're looking for, golden spinny item and that. So just walking into that, it'll tell you by, like in the pause menu and stuff like that, how many of the relics you've got on the game, and it is going to mean some backtracking, because the game is pretty much one large game. It's some people will probably consider it as having levels. Personally, I don't, because whenever you get to the end of what appears to be a level, you go through a portal and you go straight onto the next one, but it doesn't really feel like you're going onto a new level. It just feels like you're going onto a new section of the same big grand level. So it's that type of thing. That's the way I class it. If you don't like it, then flame me in the comments afterwards. As for what the game actually is, like, well, it's worth 1,000 points and stuff. As I say, it's one of them. If you enjoy this sort of game on your own, then you're going to have some fun. If you've got someone to play it with and you enjoy co-op, then I definitely think you're going to have some fun, because I'm finding the two-player, even though I'm sitting here fighting with my brother, I'm finding the two-player a hell of a lot more fun than the one-player. I'm really enjoying it. I honestly didn't expect to enjoy it, because as I say, it looked a little too much like Lost Winds for my liking, but it is just a fantastic game, and well worth the money if you've got it, really. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the Wii Ware, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.